This package is coming from Michael, Arkansas, and Michael sent us an iMac screen that needs an LVDS connector replacement. Damaged LVDS connector on display, and right now I do see the bent casing here on this side and on that side. Now the reason Michael sent this over is because he's not getting any image on the screen. So we do not want to assume that those pins are good, even though they look good. They may be internally damaged. Now to remove this LVDS connector, we do not want to use hot air, because if we do, we can risk damaging the screen under it. LVDS connector is here and the screen is right under, so a lot of heat can make a spot on the screen, or it can burn and damage the LCD. The reason Michael sent it here is so he doesn't spend a lot of money buying a new screen for his iMac. We're gonna start by applying some low melt solder on the connector so we can remove this as safely as possible. I'm going to use a smaller tip so we can fit the tip on the sides. Let's clean the area and prepare the board for the new LVDS connector. Now, as you can see, we removed the connector without applying any hot air. It's extremely dangerous to apply hot air on a screen. Dangerous in the sense that the screen may get damaged. It's not going to blow up. It looks like when the connector pulled up with the customer, this pad ripped off. It's not a big deal because this and this are the same. This is just used for support. Alright, so the connector is aligned properly. What I'm going to do is solder some pins on the side so we can secure the connector in place. Then I'll solder the front pins, and then we'll finish off with soldering the rest of the sides. Maybe we can start by soldering those two pins in the front. I'm gonna pre-apply solder onto the soldering iron tip and try to hold this connector down in place so it doesn't move. Now we can start by soldering the rest of the sides. We do not want to apply a lot of solder there because we do not want solder to flow inside the connector. If solder went inside the connector, it's game over. We will have to change the whole connector. So we're just going to apply solder in a way where this connector is held in place. There's no pad on the top here, so we cannot solder anything. Let's do this side. Okay, and the job is done. Okay, so every single one is solid, and I need to answer the phone. Let's go ahead and test the pins one more time. I always like to make sure all the pins are solid before we ship it back to the customer. Very good. The only other thing I want to do is try our LVDS cable to see if it fits. Okay, and look at that. The cable fits in perfectly. Let's take the cable out. Let's put the cable back in. So if we try to push the cable in, it goes in perfectly. And the LVDS connector is fixed. We're gonna package this the same way the customer packaged it. He sent it in this huge UPS box. He put the screen inside this piece of cardboard here with a lot of bubble wrap. So we're gonna try to package it in a similar or better way so the screen arrives back to the customer safely. And that's it. We just replaced the LVDS connector on the late 2013 iMac. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have a lot of other things to get done, including this Dell laptop that does not power on, so maybe I'll do this next. For now, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.